Tomorrow, the world marks 3 years since the start of the war in Ukraine. According to the United Nations Human Rights Office, more than 40,000 civilians have been either killed or injured in Ukraine, and millions more were forced to flee their homes. Today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said he is willing to give up his place as the country's leader in exchange for peace and NATO membership. Now, with the start of a new U.S. administration here at home, Ukrainians are bracing for a change in the type of aid provided to the country by America. President Donald Trump has said he wants profits from Ukraine's rare minerals as compensation for the U.S. assistance. It all comes now as the war enters its 4th year.
President Trump has put the blame for the war on Zelensky and the people of Ukraine. He's often sided with Russian President Vladimir Putin. This afternoon, a crowd gathered at the state capitol here in Colorado, concerned about what is next for Ukraine. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch was at that rally today. She spoke with some people who really hope an end to all the suffering is near. Janelle?
Dozens of people spent their afternoon at the Capitol today. They came together in solidarity for the lives lost over the last 3 years in Ukraine and called for an end to war.
Counting to 3 is easy. But Ukrainians in Colorado say counting to 3 is too much, too painful, too destructive.
Now we hear
too long, 3 years into war.
To say that every aspect of life in Ukraine needs help, needs attention.
Coloradans met at the Capitol to show these Americans support the fight for peace. This, as a new president here at home, brings new questions about the future of U.S. aid in Ukraine.
The actual political landscape is shifting as well in a very scary direction, which is more important than public attention.
Esther Belval says she's worried President Donald Trump's relationship with Russia will impact who gets support and who faces consequences. He's already questioned how much money the U.S. has given to Ukraine under President Biden.
They're the ones who are war criminals. They've committed over 150,000 war crimes, and to blame Ukrainians is absolutely ridiculous.
She says she's already had a close encounter with tragedy.
My grandma's house was bombed this week by Russians. She was in her house and they hit her garden, so I obviously care a lot.
The call for a resolution is shared by Nathan Hacks.
And then this is to help my babushka since there's war where she lives. And so this tries to encourage other people to help stop the war.
He says the sounds of solidarity make him feel seen.
I like it because then it means that people are listening, are reading and listening to it.
They hope soon they can stop counting how many years the war has been going, because even 3 is too long.
Slava Ukraini, Heroyam Slava, glory to Ukraine.
Following the rally at the Capitol, nonprofit Ukrainians of Colorado invited people to attend a fundraiser at Thin Man Tavern. The organization says donations would go toward medical supplies, food aid, and support for displaced families in Ukraine. Janelle Finch, 9 News.
All right, Janelle, thank you for your reporting. Tonight, Denver police are investigating 2 separate shootings from this morning. In total, 3 people got hurt. Just after 4:30 this morning, Denver police said they were investigating a shooting near 18th and Wazee, about just a few blocks from Union Station and Coors Field. Police said they found 2 people shot. And then not long after, police responded to a shooting on West Kentucky. 1 man got hurt. No update on the severity of any of these injuries or possible suspects in either shooting. Aurora police are still investigating what caused a car to crash into an RTD bus yesterday and pushing that bus into a small pond. This happened near Colorado Avenue and South Dayton just before 5 p.m. Aurora police say 15 people were on board that bus when this happened, and the driver went to the hospital with injuries, minor injuries. Nobody else got hurt, and the driver of the car did stay on scene.
Yet another skier was killed after being caught in an avalanche in Grand County this weekend. Grand County Sheriff's Office says its dispatchers received a call of an avalanche in the area of Fingers on Berthoud Pass. It's known as a steep, rocky area, of course. They're really steep. Several rescue crews responded to the call. It's still unclear whether the victim was the one who triggered that avalanche. Their name has not yet been released. Now, this was at least the 2nd avalanche triggered in Grand County yesterday. The Sheriff's Office said crews responded to another avalanche on Gravel Mountain just a few hours before. This one was caught on camera. You can see there's some pretty wild scenes. Officials believe a snowmobile caused this one. 3 to 4 people were caught in the slide, but luckily were able to get out on their own with the help of bystanders. Luckily, no one was hurt. The recent snowstorm means it's, of course, not a good time to be in the backcountry right now. The Colorado Avalanche Information Center's forecast shows a moderate to considerable avalanche danger across the state, with a special advisory lasting through this evening.
All this comes on the heels, of course, of a winter blast that brought sub-zero low temperatures and heavy snowfall this past week. Now we've completely turned the page. We're enjoying a spring-like day, and you're seeing a live look over Denver. So much of that snow at this point has melted away. 9 News Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen joins us now. We almost hit 60 degrees yesterday. I think we're probably close to that today, and I'm sure that's not helping any of these avalanche conditions.
Yeah, we almost hit 70 today, and actually the sun and the heat does help avalanche conditions. There's two things that help avalanche conditions. One is avalanches, so you get the slides, and the other is warm temperatures, so that will help. The other side of the warm temperatures is the problem. So we do expect avalanche conditions to gradually heal themselves as we go through the rest of the week with these warm temperatures. This is a live look here over the city of Denver here, looking towards the west. We have still some warm temperatures out there. 67 degrees was officially the high temperature at Denver International Airport today. We're still in the 60s here in the Denver metro area. That 67-degree temperature was a good 20 degrees above the average, and our low temperature this morning was also well above the average. Not quite to that record territory, but the records are in the low 70s the next few days, so we will have a shot at it at least as the temperatures rise tomorrow. Low temperatures tonight, another mild morning here, 2 mornings in a row likely above the freezing mark here in Denver. And here is the forecast for you tomorrow in the Denver metro area. More clouds than we've seen for a while and a little bit more wind, but the temperature, the air temperature, going to get up there likely right about the same area as we saw it get today. And there's more 60s in the forecast. I'll be detailing that coming up in just a few minutes.